Hey Aries, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot. Today we're going to be doing your September 2025 Tarot and Oracle reading, asking what's coming towards you. If you'd like for me to pray for you, if you'd like other Aries and cross watchers to pray for you, simply say hello in the comments section. And that provides us something that we can focus on that represents your energy. You guys, we've got a slightly different background today. You'll have to forgive the funky lighting. I'm still working it out. There's so much backlighting that I'm competing against because we're at the ocean. So please bear with me over the next couple of readings as I figure this out. There's a ton of different environments too. So I'm really looking forward to taking you down to the beach with me. There's a lot of forest around, so. Well, let's start with your first message. Reevaluate your priorities, Aries. It is time to let go of what you no longer need. Also, you are being gifted with blessings of happiness and peace. You had a timeless tarot reading not too long ago. It would have been the last release before the September one. And although they're timeless, I do want to mention this one because there seems to be this theme lately with Aries where there's something really good happening for you, but it requires you to let go of a comfort zone. And you got a really strong grip on this. And it's only because it's what you're familiar with, but in fact, it hasn't been very enjoyable for a while. And so there's been kind of that theme. I just wanted to share that with you in case it's helpful, you know, if it resonates, then this is your confirmation that actually, if you let go and kind of allow this fresh new energy to come into your life, you're going to be happier than you ever expected. Okay, so Aries, what do my Aries need to know for September 2025? We start with Queen of Swords. So this can represent an air sign, a Gemini, you know, a Libra or an Aquarius. Doesn't have to be though. The Queen of Swords gets down to truth. She's all about communication, true, honest, real communication. We've got the Nine of Cups in reverse, and so we're going to come back to that. And then the Sun. That... Bear with me, one sec. Queen of Swords, that wants to come out. Nine of Cups. Things are still evolving, Aries, and I think that there is that natural human response to kind of want to get to the end, to try to see where this is all going, right? So you might jump to conclusions, and that's a very, that's a very human thing to do. But there's a lot of this trust the process message that keeps coming through for you. In the meantime, we've got the Sun, we've got the Ten of Cups. This is all going to work out. I know that you might be stressing, right? Attached to the Sun. It's like, it's not too good to be true, but it's like, have faith. I know that you might be ruminating. Some of you guys might be losing sleep at night because this is where you're aiming. This is like, it reminds me of shedding a skin, you know, a snake skin. It's something, it feels foreign. It might be the first time you've shed a skin. Let's pretend that, I mean, think about from the perspective of a snake, the first time they shed a skin. It must be, I mean, I know some of you guys are grossed out by snakes and I apologize, but just take the metaphor. It's got to seem like the end of the world to them. You know, it's got to seem really strange, but it's naturally what your life wants to do. It wants to shed this old life. So it's, if you're feeling some overwhelm, if you're feeling some anxiety, that's part of the process. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, do what you need to do to get it to run through your body, right? Because we're conduits for energy, but it's going in a very good direction. Now, what's this Nine of Cups in reverse? You might be in a place where you're waiting to hear from maybe a job or some kind of money source, money, finances, growth. That is coming. You might be in a place where you are waiting for something to come through before you can feel in control of the situation. And I say that because we have the Knight of Pentacles, who's the slowest damn knight in the whole deck. And I'm sorry, he's taking his time because what he has to offer you, whether it's job or it's a money or promotion or whatever it is, it's usually stability related. they're taking their time to make sure it's legitimate. You know, they're careful for a reason. So when it does arrive on your doorstep, so to speak, then you can count on it. This is going to put the power back in your hands. Okay, and it's a long time in coming, maybe for some of you guys, but this is, when this happens, it's like, oh, okay, you've turned a new corner in this whole process. But I know that you're not very happy with all of it now. There's going to be, hindsight's 20/20, right? There's going to be this fresh clarity about the whole process. I think when you turn that corner, you're going to be able to stand back and see, oh, okay, I see. Now it's all connecting. But yeah, there's some patience required for Knight of Pentacles. You're waiting to hear from somebody, something that's going to affect your stability and your independence. And then you can take control with Aries energy, Emperor energy. This is all coming to you in due time with the Wheel of Fortune. It's karmic. There's something about the timing. There's something about this process. And try to tell an Aries to have patience. I'm sorry. You probably want to slap my face right now. But some of you guys are very patient. Some of you guys are very patient. This is all about looking at the reality of a situation in order to make new, fresh plans, waiting for something to come through, waiting on this stability to come through so that you can take control over your life, and you will. The Queen of Swords is very realistic. I love that I think this is a great energy, whether you're occupying the Queen of Swords energy or you are speaking with an advisor or somebody who can grant perspective here. It's all based on fact. It's all about what is substantial, what you can count on. It's all about truth. And so, because when we're making plans, sometimes our imaginations can get ahead of us. You know, so Two of Wands, it's like making plans from a very realistic place. But I understand that you have to wait on some things. This is a time of expansion. So there's kind of this creative side of it where allow yourself to brainstorm, allow yourself to ask yourself what you want, what you need in life to feel in control, to feel safe, to get what you need. And then you've got the Queen of Swords energy to throw those ideas at. But this is a time for expansion. You might be called to look outside of your circle of friends, outside of your normal profession, outside of your neighborhood, outside of your comfort zones, right? I want to take a quick moment and get a mudra card. So each one of these cards, they represent, of course, a message, but they also provide kind of a hand gesture to empower that message. And I like that because you can collaborate with me. Gives you something that you can do that is empowering. What for my Aries, September 2025, we have, I like that it's a fiery red, commitment, give what you can. And so the mantra goes, I do my best and let the universe do the rest. There's no better mantra than you could have for September. And this is how you do the mantra hand gesture. You make kind of that pinch sign like this, and then you put that against your thumb, and then you cup your hands. Okay, so it's kind of like this. Again, sorry for the lighting. Thank you for your patience. Pinch sign up against the thumb, cup. It goes on to say, this mudra helps to stabilize you, give inner support and balance. Be true to yourself and always give your best, even if you think it is only very little. We cannot always play a perfect role, Aries, but we can always try to do our best. In retrospect, we often see how what we have been able to do has much more effect than we expected. Even if it seemed rather feeble at the time, it's almost as if there is something working behind the scenes which makes up for what seems to be a deficiency. Let the light of the cosmos shine on what you do, and what you leave undone is important too. In this way, the true value and depth of your deeds is revealed. All right, you guys, I hope that was helpful. I'm sending you off with love and light. Say hi in the comment section if you'd like, and I'll see you soon for your next reading.